Hey guys, Paul here. Today I just wanted to show you a few things that I got recently. One is a soap from Razorock, the Captain's Choice. As many of you know, I'm a big fan of the Razorock aftershave. I love the Cat of Nine Tails. That's the one I'm currently using. And so when I saw this in some recent posts on the Big Shave and whatnot, I knew that I had to get this, and I've not been disappointed. It smells just like Captain's Choice Bay Rum, which I absolutely love. And while I was looking for that, I also happened to find a new aftershave, also from Captain's Choice, but this is the Captain's Choice North. So I'll talk about this a little bit at the end, but I'm going to be using this. And then lastly, for my brush today, I'm going to be using a brush that Rod Neep made for me, and this is the Rod Neep Gemini brush, and it's in the Forest Flame resin, and it has a Manchurian two-band badger knot on it, and I know it's not showing up, but you can see some engraving there. It just says my name on there. So anyways guys, there's the Rod Neep Manchurian Badger, and we're going to go ahead and give that a try, and I'll give you my thoughts about that knot in the brush. So for my razor, I'm going to be using the Mergress. This is the Progress with the little metal dial on the bottom. I had actually had the long handle Progress, and I had this sent off to be converted to the Mergress, and I like it. I like the added weight, and I like the look of it. It doesn't really affect the shave or the way the razor shaves in any way, but I think aesthetically it looks better, and it gives it a little added weight, which is kind of nice. The blade I'm using is the Croma Diamante or Diamant, and it's on its second or third shave. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to wet my face a little bit. I have just gotten out of the shower, and I applied a little pre-shave oil to my face. I think the pre-shave oil that I use is some I've had laying around. I think I got this at Ulta. It's a Dermatologica pre-shave oil. It's pretty nice. It's not real thick, and seems to do a pretty decent job. So there's my soap. Here's the brush, and I go ahead and just start loading the brush. I've never had any problem with the Razorock soaps. They've always been real good performers for me. And this one is no different. It performs like every other Razorock soap I've ever had, with the added bonus of smelling like the lovely Captain's Choice Bay Rum, which if you don't like Bay Rum, I'm sure you probably won't like this soap, but if you do like Captain's Choice Bay Rum, you're going to really love this soap because it smells just like it. So, okay, the brush looks like it's loaded up pretty good, and we'll go ahead and get started. I believe this knot is, if my memory serves me correct, is a 24mm Manchurian two-band badger knot. And what I've found with this brush is that it has pretty good backbone, and it does have a little bit of scrubbiness to it. I would say the backbone is similar to a Simpson Best Badger, if you're familiar with that, or a Golden Nib two-band Finest Badger knot. The tips seem a little bit more scrubby than the Golden Nib two-band Finest to me, and maybe just a slight bit more scritchy than the Simpson Best Badger, but pretty similar to that. If you like a little scrub with your in your shaving brushes, then you will certainly like this. I tend to like a little bit of scrubbiness, so it feels like I'm actually working the lather in and whatnot. So I'm just going to add a tad bit of water to this. Okay, and I'll just set the brush aside. There you go. Let me rinse this. I forgot to put a washcloth down to set this soap on. It's all got soap and stuff running down the side, so I'm just gonna rinse it off real quick, and then we'll get started. I'll grab this. Washcloth here. Pardon the interruption. I just forgot to get everything all laid out here, but we'll get going here. So. Go ahead and get started with the Mergress. So I usually set my Mergress on 3.5 and pretty much just leave it there throughout the whole shave. I know there's a lot of guys that like to turn the aggressiveness up or down as they proceed through their shave, but for me, I usually just set it right at the beginning, depending on how aggressive I want, and then I just pretty much leave it there. And for the most part, I don't deviate from. Once I find a setting for my adjustables, I usually will just always use it at that same setting. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling a little adventurous, I may turn it up or turn it down, but for the most part, I pretty much know what setting I like on my adjustables, and I will just pretty much just leave the razor set at that setting. So, but the fun thing about the adjustables is that you can kind of do whatever you like. You can tailor it to tailor the shave to however you're feeling that particular day or whatever. So, so the handle on this is kind of nice. It kind of flares at the bottom, gives you something to hold on to. It's long enough where, although I don't really bowl lather, I think this would work. This handle design would actually work for bowl lathering or face lathering equally well. The knot, I really like the feel of the knot. I've enjoyed using this the knot quite a bit. I do have another Rod Neep brush that has the extra silver tip knot, which I absolutely love. Of the two, I'd have to say I probably prefer the extra silver tip because it is a little bit softer, and it has an awesome density, and it's just a great knot. So for my liking, that's probably my favorite of the two, but I really do enjoy this one, and because I do like a little bit of scritch or scrub to my brush. But if you are somebody who does not like that scrubby or any scrubbiness, this is probably not going to be the knot you want. You're probably going to want to go with one of the silver tip offerings. Just a little bit about the Croma Blade. These blades, for me, are really pretty comfortable. I will usually get a solid 4. I could probably even get 5 shaves out of them. They seem to be fairly durable. The edge does hold up pretty good, and they seem to really work well for me. They are a little bit on the expensive side. It's been a while since I bought those, so I don't remember exactly what I paid for them, but I just know when I bought them, I seem to recall them being a little bit more expensive than a regular, like Astra or something of that nature. But I do get a couple extra shaves out of them, so maybe worth the extra cost to get those. So. So in general, I tend to like a shorter handled razor, so I probably don't use this razor as much as I should. When I got this, I think I got this at one of the artist shaving stores. I believe I got this at the artist shaving store in Scottsdale, at the Scottsdale Fashion Square. And at the time, this was the only Progress they had. And of course, I had to have the Progress right now, so I ended up getting the long-handled one, which it actually is really nice. I just tend to like a shorter handle, but I've been really happy with this, and I'm not you know, at a point where I really care that much to get a short-handled one. I've got obviously enough razors where the last thing I need is another Progress when I already have one. So. I'm just going to do a couple touch-ups here on my neck, and then we'll call it good. Okay, good enough. I just wiped the soap off my face, and we'll go ahead and apply the aftershave. So the aftershave I'm using today is the Captain's Choice North. This is a new offering from Captain's Choice. This is a aftershave that is scented with juniper and fir on the top. And as it dries down, I think at the base there is a little bit of clove and vanilla. I don't really get the vanilla sweetness with this. I do get a little bit of the clove as the stuff kind of dries down. People have asked me on this aftershave if it smells like bay rum, their regular bay rum, and I have to say no. It's really a different scent altogether. I think it was supposed to evoke the feeling or the sensation of standing in an evergreen forest, and I think they've actually captured that fairly well. This is not just like a straight up kind of piney juniper fir kind of scent. It has that, but it also has kind of an earthiness to it. So if you imagine standing in an evergreen forest, you know, the smells that you would get from the ground underneath your feet, the decaying leaves, and some of that earthiness. I think there's some of that in this. It's not. It doesn't smell like dirt or, you know, rotting leaves or anything like that, but it kind of evokes that sensation of the smells that you would get in a forest, not just a synthetic, say, evergreen sort of smell. So, in fact, when I first opened the bottle and smelled it from the bottle, it actually kind of reminded me of gin a little bit. But when you apply it, it smells a little bit different. So I did shake it up. I always shake this up. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, or if you have to, but so you know, go ahead and apply it. And it has a fair amount of alcohol in it. You definitely get that good bracing effect with this. And like with all the Captain's Choice products, when they dry down, they actually leave your face feeling sort of moisturized rather than dried out, which is really nice. And that's one of the really endearing features of their products. So when I first apply it, you do get that juniper fir smell, and then as it dries down, there is a hint of that clove and that maybe a hint of that Captain's Choice signature bay rum scent just in the background that peeks its head through a little bit. But this in no way to me smells like the actual regular bay rum. You do get like a little bit of that as it starts to dry down, I think owing to the cloves and everything. But really a nice aftershave. I'm pretty happy with it. Is it gonna replace the Cat o' Nine Tails as my favorite Captain's Choice? Probably not, but I really do enjoy this a lot, and I'm going to enjoy you know, using it up here. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. If you have any questions or comments, just feel free to comment, and I'll respond to them as soon as I can. And I hope, again, that you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.